Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a WarCraft 3 game. Yes, it is WarCraft 3 Wednesday. As some of you guys do notice, I do try to keep up with my WarCraft 3 casting from time to time, and this is going to be a human versus night elf battle here on Twisted Meadows. I believe this was taken from the World Cyber Games, one of the qualifiers, not the finals, obviously, as the finals are nowhere near ready. Voshix, or Virus Voshix spawning as the blue night elf player here at the top left hand side at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Yaws spawning as the pink human player here at what I'll call the 8 o'clock position in rather unfortunate spawning locations. What's going to happen here is if he tries the Archmage train, he will be able to clear out this creep camp down over here. The problem, however, is going to be the harassment coming in from Voshix. If Voshix, if Voshix tries to clear or put any harassment or pressure down over here, he may get lucky. But because this one Altar of Kings was sped built, it may be just in time to be able to clear it out with a couple militia. It is going to be a demon hunter being trained. Meanwhile, the Archmage already more than halfway completed, so there will be a little bit of walking time trying to come in as well. So as I say this, I believe Yaws, who is a very, very good WarCraft 3 player, should be able to micro down and take that out. But Voshix, no slouch either, as Voshix is part of Team Virus. Unfortunately, there is no central location that I know of that has all the WarCraft 3 teams as much as, say, Team Liquid has for all the StarCraft 2 news in the esports community. Anyways, we can see an Archmage now making its way out. We'll try to have that one water elemental tank a lot of damage, then surround, perhaps take down the Mud Golem and the Forest Troll Trappers. The water elemental needs to be in front. A second water elemental should be dropped down here in just a moment, as it is currently on cooldown. Meanwhile, we can see that the Ancient of War already trying to creep out this location, tanking a lot of that damage from that Null Overseer so far. Militia now finally pushing in. One Footman arriving to the party a little bit late, getting ensnared. Tome of Strength +2, not that good of an item, but a Sobi Mask is definitely going to help out Yaws, as Yaws will be able to essentially have Brilliance Aura much earlier, or a better than Brilliance Aura at this time, as the Troll High Priest now going to get taken down. Down it goes, and now a Scout Farm being placed down, or being sped built here, so that the Goblin Laboratory, will allow for some quick reveals. We can see that there is a Wisp hiding off over here, as well as we now see the Archmage trying to run away. However, the Demon Hunter going to be able to get off a lot of easy mana burns, and that is going to be a very difficult situation, as Voshix, as what Yaws currently has a Sobi Mask and Brilliance Aura. So that means any time that a Demon Hunter has 75 energy or 75 mana, a mana burn will most likely come into play and deal a lot of damage. Where is that mana burn? There it is. One mana burn already. Another mana burn going to come in most likely as well. And now that Sobi Mask, a double-edged sword against that Archmage, as mana burn after mana burn is just simply going to deal even more damage to that Archmage. There's that second mana burn that I talked about, and now as a third mana burn may even come into play as well, as Voshix now starting to slowly run out of... No, Voshix has plenty of mana already, as this one Footman trying to die to the creeps. Will it be able to make it? No, it will not. The Demon Hunter able to get off a nice quick slash there, but that Moonwell was denied. So Voshix now down to only 2 Moonwells. The Demon Hunter currently sitting on a lot of mana, could be able to come back in with another mana burn. Where is that Archmage? Archmage down to 94 mana already. You can see just how quickly the energy or the mana is currently being replenished there, as Yaws now sitting on one base play, no Lumber Mill yet, so a little bit of a strange build there, no Lumber Mill, as the Archmage perhaps going to try to buy Boot of Speed in just a moment. Is he going to sell the Sobi Mask? That would be more of a reactionary tactic, and it is going to be a Boot of Speed and a Sobi Mask now, as the Footman just continuing to scout. We are getting a Huntress Hall over here, so we are going to be getting Huntress's Demon Hunter now sitting at level 2, also with the Boots of Speed, as the Archers now perhaps going to try to engage. I do not see an additional Ancient of War though. So with only one Ancient of War, those Huntresses will be rather slow, but we are now going to have a militia creep over here, so the water elementals are going to be at level 2 after clearing of this. But now in comes the Demon Hunter mana burn most likely onto that Archmage once more. The Footman trying to run away will be able to escape, and now what is going to happen with that Demon Hunter now finally getting off that mana burn there. Archmage being forced to pull back. We can see that there is a decent surround here onto the Null Overseer, and it looks like the Null Overseer who gets the experience. I believe the Archmage did get the Null experience, and now the archers are coming in, deal even more damage, and now it looks like this one very low hit point militia down to 64. He's going to convert into a peasant in just the wrong time, but now getting pathed by another one. Will this one peasant be able to make it through? Yes, he will be able to sneak by. Meanwhile, the Archmage trying to come back over here, get even more damage onto those archers, as that Demon Hunter unable to make its way inside of this base. Rather annoyed, perhaps going to deal some damage to that farm, as the Archmage now will be able to get to level 3 in just a moment. That you can see that low hit point archer down to 44 hit points. He needs to not just attack move, he needs to actually just chase and then throw a fireball. A little bit of an issue there, as we are now going to see an arcane or lumber mill, and now finally an arcane vault being built as well. And now there is the dust of that was the reveal, and now a lot of damage being dealt to those archers. Archers are dangerously low on hit points, and another mana burn from the back. Archmage sitting at level 2 for so long was not microed, as Voshix now gets that Naga Sea Witch. Is it going to be a Fork Lightning? No, it is going to be a Cold Arrow in the back there, but we are going to have once again a slight cancel onto that one, a very, very key tech building there, as the Archmage now still sitting at level 2. We are going to be perhaps training up another hero in just a moment. Ancient of Wonders now being trained up as well, trying to be rebuilt, as the Archmage now running back around the north side and still sitting at level 2. And this is one of those dangerous situations where the Archmage at level 3 would have been much more powerful, but now going to instead run back in. The Footman, however, going to get shut down, and Voshix pretty much getting free experience as the Naga Sea Witch now getting that boot of speed instead. We are now going to perhaps, it looks like that one water elemental was trying to go after that, but instead just going to get, what, is that a detonation or destroy? Not quite sure what happened there, as the Footmen are now pulling back. Archmage now still sitting at level 2. Perhaps this creep camp would be a very, very safe bet to creep out, as Yaws now also getting his own Naga Sea Witch, Clarity Potion, and a Scroll of Healing, and now some Ivory Towers being built. So we are going to have a tower push, but a tower push very, very difficult now, as Voshix already has a decent number of archers and now will be going into Dryads. Instead, this is going to be an expansion attempt over here. This is going to be rather odd, as it is actually expanding into his opponent's base, or into his opponent's direction. So the walking distances are going to be very, very helpful there, as now the Ogre Warrior taking a lot of damage. The Archmage will get to level 3 right now. There you go, level 3. Guard towers already being upgraded. Do we have the Masonry upgrade? No Masonry upgrade at all, as the Ogre Magi will get shut down there. The Ogre Magi attacking fairly slowly, and now a Talisman of Evasion, a nice item for that Archmage if he wants to be able to run away from that hero there. Primary attribute, now Talisman of Evasion given to the Naga Sea Witch, who is a little bit more squishy since she is a couple of levels behind. We can now see the Naga Sea Witch over here still sitting at level 1. Demon Hunter still sitting at level 1. The Wisp going to try to look for an expansion attempt down over here. Doesn't see one. So more of a mind game there, as we are now going to see what Demon Hunter, Archers, and Dryads now finally make our way out. This is just a really, really brilliant strategy if these guard towers do go up, and it looks like they will. The Naga Sea Witch still sitting at level 1. Archmage still sitting at level 3, as the priests are now joining in on this fight. The Dryads, Demon Hunter now absorbing a lot of damage, and now the Dryad taking a lot of damage already, as the Footmen are now trying to engage. Are we going to have a repair? Not quite sure why they are not repairing just quite yet, as the engagement is happening. Water Elementals now coming in as well. Down goes a Footman there, as the Archmage tries to slow down the other Naga Sea Witch with the help of another Naga Sea Witch, but also getting some Abolish Magic in. So the Abolish Magic dealing a lot of damage to those Water Elementals, canceling them as the attack is still coming in. And now we are sitting on a level 2 Naga Sea Witch, and down goes another Troll Berserker, and the damage is still being had. Naga Sea Witch, however, taking a lot of damage from that other Demon Hunter, and now in comes an engagement here. The Naga Sea Witch getting a lot of cold arrows, and will the Demon Hunter be able to get pathed? Yes, he is getting pathed. That Demon Hunter is in a little bit of an issue there. Can the Archmage get in front? It looks like he's trying to, but getting very difficult there. The Demon Hunter does have a potion of invulnerability. So will it be enough, as that Demon Hunter now trying to run away? It looks like it will be able to run away. Bad pathing, as this Archmage now going to go after this Dryad instead. One more shot will do it, but I have seen in the past that the Archmage doesn't have that boost of speed. Not going to really be benefiting all that much, but down goes another Archer. Demon Hunter does get some rejuvenation help, and also now using that Staff of Preservation in order to heal back up that Dryad. And where's the rejuvenation? No rejuvenation yet. Naga still Sea Witch still sitting at level 2. Wisp still hiding down off over here. This Naga Sea Witch still sitting at level 2 as well, but at maximum mana. Archmage sitting at 200 mana will have enough for 2 to 3 water elementals, assuming there are no mana burns. As this fight now continues, Ogre warriors going after the footmen. That is the footmen tanking up a lot of that damage. There is one sorceress and one priest as well. Down goes, and another Sobi mask. Wow. Battle of mana here. The 2 perfect items for the Archmage and that Naga Sea Witch. Both of them are going to be able to shut down and get off a lot of cold arrows, especially as that Archmage will get to level 4 in just a moment, giving, I believe, 1.5 mana a second. That is going to be a significant amount there, as you can see how fast that number is going up on a level 2 hero. Now, we are going to see this Archmage come back around, drop a water elemental, get to level 4, and then we should be seeing a push come in as well. Both players, I believe, still sitting in no upkeep. Yeah, no upkeep here, no upkeep here either. Both players just trying to get as much money into the bank as possible, and then we'll be able to break upkeep just a little bit later. Archmage should get to level 4. There it is. Naga Sea Witch should get to level 3 with an even faster cold arrow and 2 potions of invulnerability, one being transferred over to that Archmage now. But this is looking absolutely great for the Naga Sea Witch Archmage combination. Meanwhile, back over here, Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2. Rejuvenation onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter Scroll of Town Portal now coming in as the damage is being dealt slow. Does quick detonate to also remove the slow there, as I believe we should perhaps be getting some repairing onto this guard tower. No masonry upgrade still. No, finally getting that masonry upgrade, and we are also going into fairy dragons. So those fairy dragons, in order to shut down perhaps some of the healing that Naga Sea Witch, fairy dragons just absolutely melt to Naga Sea, or fairy dragons melt apart the Naga Sea Witch or anything with an auto attack, causing splash damage on all of those hero units and those range units that tend to group up around that Naga Sea Witch. And now double a Sobi mass onto the Naga Sea Witch. Wow, that is a lot of energy to be had. Not quite sure why. I'm not sure if exactly the Archmage wanted that and then would transfer it back until that Naga Sea Witch got up to maximum energy, but that is a very impressive mana regeneration rate as you're currently taking a look at it. And now I believe finally transferring it back over that Naga Sea Witch, now close to about 400 mana. Mana energy. Sorry if I get them confused, that you know what I'm talking about, hopefully. Oh, a quick detonate, though. We're losing some of that. And now, oh, this one Naga Sea Witch in a bit of trouble. No Staff of Preservation, the Naga Sea Witch. And now perhaps it's going to turn around, as now we're going to get some slow, as the Naga Sea Witch is trying to run away. The Naga Sea Witch, however, how is it able to move so fast, even though there was no slow poison there? Fork Lightning now being trained as well, as the Naga Sea Witch down to 217 hit points. Needs to buy perhaps some potions. Does have a scroll of healing on himself as well, as this is just a nice gank from the rear. I'm catching the army completely out of position. There are guard towers down over here, and now in comes this engagement down over here as well. Are we going to get a Zeppelin? Yes, a Zeppelin now being added, getting picked up, and will the Goblin Zeppelin get taken down to 219, 125, forced to drop all those units. Scroll of Town Portal now being used. Naga Sea Witch down to 84 hit points, 73, and there it goes. There is that Scroll of Town Portal now being used. There are some mortar teams over here, and what will be happening? This scout farm now going to get taken down. But that was a really bad play by Yaws. Yaws perhaps could have been in a much better situation. Arcane Sanctum now training up more Spellbreakers, but the engagement is now going to be happening perhaps near this expansion location here. So Yaws, although he has the slight economic advantage, or the strong economic advantage, I believe he's just currently out of positioning now, as the bears are going to go in to engage. There are mortar teams in the back over here getting a lot of damage. Arcane feedback onto that one bear, and now more damage being had. This mortar team trying to fight back over here. Another tower going to get destroyed, as the heroes are now trying to come over. It looks like the Naga Sea Witch is no longer dazed. It's going to be a very opportune fight, as the heroes are going to engage. Where are those other heroes? And no, it looks like Voshix getting the heck out of dodge before anything really happened. There is only one priest in this group, which is going to make us a little bit more of a squishy, as we are now going into a gyrocopter as well. Not quite sure what the gyrocopter is there in order to go after those fairy dragons, as fairy dragons are rather weak to piercing, and those gyrocopters will just be able to focus onto those fairy dragons without worrying about much of anything else. An invisible footman now walking through this group, now knowing exactly where Voshix is at this time, but he wants to scout out and see if there is an expansion over here. It looks like he will scout this out in the time, or in just a moment, as more damage is still being had. Are we going to get, oh, now a mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch still has plenty of mana to use, though, as those mortar teams. Oh, in comes a Roar Spellbreaker, over-engaging, overstretching himself. In comes also the, sorry, the, what is that, the flying machine. Gyrocopter flying machine now pushing their way in. We can see that the fairy dragon, both sides attacking, causing a lot of splash damage here. The fairy dragon needs to get destroyed. No, what's it called? No staff of sanctuary here, as the both sides are just getting completely flanked, but we are getting some militia now joining in on this fight. Are the heroes going to be able to make their way? Yes, able to make their way over just in time. The militia, I believe, are being called back and will be able to return back to work over here. There's only one tower up. The footman does spot this one expansion now over here. So it looks like Voshix, with a bad engagement, now in a little bit of trouble, as the flying machines are there to counter the fairy dragons. And Yaws now sitting at 70/72 compared to 51/80. Archmage and Spellbreakers pushing their way in now. It looks like these Moonwells do not have any moon juice in them. This is going to be a very, very bad fight when they try to return home, as he is now getting caught creeping, and in a really opportune time. Naga Sea Witch is at level 3, has plenty of energy, needs to get some rejuvenations. There we go. But the Spellbreakers and the flying machines, water elementals, are going to be able to engage in just a moment. Mortar teams bringing the battle, and this is going to be a very difficult situation here, as the mortar team should be able to shut down much of this, mass this detonation from those water elementals. And now this army is no longer nearly as beefy, but the bears are low on hit points. Mortar teams now going after Dryads, making them oh so squishy. It looks like a staff of preservation, nicely done, trying to save up all of these heroes here. Mortar teams destroying the bears, though, and as soon as these bears go down, wow, 2 bears down in just one moment. Archmage now sitting at level 5 did use a potion of lesser invulnerability. Archmage now down to 187 hit points and an invisibility. Nice play to catch Voshix off guard, and now once again, oh, another invisibility may be forced. No, he broke the invisibility, and that was an absolute mistake there, as we can see that the Naga Sea Witch is essentially out of energy already. You can see also currently 4 flying machines still in the air. Spellbreakers continuing this push now. Are we going to revive? Yes, the reviving at the old-fashioned way at the Altar of Kings, unable to bring over a unit to the tavern. But the standing army is just, I believe, too strong. But bears are going to try to engage, and it looks like the Naga Sea Witch is dangerously low on hit points, now out of mana, so very low on mana once more. And once again, a Fork Lightning coming in. Invisibility now being cast once more. Naga Sea Witch also getting a rejuvenation stolen as feedback all across that Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch going to get taken down at level 4. Level 4 Naga Sea Witch, almost level 5. Demon Hunter desperately trying to chase, but the Spellbreakers and Bears both getting in a lot of damage. Spellbreakers blocking and pathing, and that one Demon Hunter will be forced to run away, but the Naga Sea Witch now at 5, going after those Bears. Demon Hunter says GG. So a great game here on Twisted Meadows. That last battle going back and forth for quite some time, but really Yaws able to handle it, even though he lost his Archmage rather early in that game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay from Twisted Meadows between Yaws, or I don't know if that's actually his team name, Yaws versus Virus's Voshix here on Twisted Meadows.